Hi, I'm Jake with Roasty Coffee, and today we're going to be looking at the Ninja Specialty Coffee Maker. The Ninja Specialty has been sitting on my counter for the last couple of years. It's the one that I use every day. I'm a big fan of it, so I'm just going to quickly show you everything it can do and then talk to you about how I use it. So let's start by taking a look at the menu. So first I'm going to turn it on, and then you can basically use the dial to click through the different size cups that you might want to use. So starting with just sort of an individual small mug into what they call an XL, so an extra large mug, and then going up into like a travel mug size, and then an extra large travel mug size. So as you can see, you can really customize depending on, if you're taking coffee with you on the way to work or whatever, you can sort of customize that in as far as how much it's going to give you. And then ultimately a half pot and then a full pot. And so I'm usually using the XL travel mug size. So beyond that, you've got a few options with how you want to brew. So they've got the classic setting here, which again is just going to be your sort of default setting. It's also got a rich setting, which is going to take a little bit longer to brew. It's going to be a little bit of a stronger coffee. And then they also have an over ice setting. And so if you want to make an iced coffee, to be honest, I never personally mess with that, but it's just going to do a lower temperature. It takes a lot longer for that to brew. But it's going to come out at a lower temperature. You're going to put it over ice. And then the final button is a specialty brew, which is going to give a more espresso-like concentrated coffee. So it's going to be 4 ounces every time. And so it's going to be a little bit stronger. It's going to pack a little bit of a punch so you can add that in with milk and make a latte, that type of a drink at home without using an espresso maker. And so again, choose your setting, and then essentially you're just going to hit the button of the type that you want to brew. So for me, I'm generally going with the classic button. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit of coffee in this thing. When I'm ready to make coffee, I'm going to open up my brew basket here. It is set for a cone style filter, so I've got a number 4 filter. I'm going to drop that in there. The other thing that I love about this Ninja is that it has a built-in scoop. And I know that's pretty simple. It's got 2 sides, kind of a smaller scoop, and then a larger size. I believe it's 1 tablespoon and 2 tablespoons. But it's just super convenient. I've got little measuring cups in my drawer like anybody else does, but just having it attached to the side of your coffee maker, I find is super convenient. For me, I'm basically using, I usually go with 2 of the larger size scoops for making about 20 ounces of coffee, and that feels about right to me. So if you want to get really precise with it, of course, you should probably be weighing your coffee. But for these purposes, I'm going to grind a couple of beans and brew this thing up. All right, so I've added my grounds in with my coffee filter. I should also mention that the Ninja comes with and has available reusable filters. So if you want to use like a metal filter or something like that, you can. I just prefer the paper filters. And so basically I'm just going to push this back in, and then I'm going to go hit my classic button, and it'll brew in just a couple of minutes. All right, so I've brewed my XL travel mug size here in my Ninja Specialty Coffee Maker. One other little feature that I like about this is it has the drip stop right up here. So if I switch this over, it essentially just closes it out. So when you pull that out, if you're wanting to just steal a quick cup while it's making a full pot or something like that, it'll just totally close it off so you don't get any coffee dripping down when you pull this out. So I would basically just pull this out, put it in my travel mug, and go from there. But there's a couple of other little things I want to show you before we wrap up. One is the fold out milk frother here. So it should be clear that this is not a milk steamer. You can also hear the machine beeping right now, which tells me that it's officially done. But this will essentially let you froth your milk. If you want to throw it in the microwave as kind of a poor man's milk steamer, you can. Heat it up for 30 to 45 seconds. Hit the froth button here, and then it's just going to give it that bubbly texture that'll stand up really well. So I'll show you how that works real quick. So I've got a mug here with milk. Really, it's just got a button on the top that you push, and I'm frothing the milk there. There are also 2 different models you can get. One is a glass carafe, which is the one that I have. The other has more of a double wall stainless steel. One of the differences there is that you see the stay warm button here. So it's got the warming plate down below. That only comes on the glass one, which sort of makes sense. The double wall stainless steel obviously does a good job of keeping your coffee hot for quite a bit. So that's one of the differences in the 2 models. So one other thing I wanted to show you before I wrap up, which I think is kind of cool, is if you are using the single mug feature, It's got a little flip down mug holder here on the side. So you can just set your mug on there and it's gonna be a little bit closer to the brew basket up here. And so it's kind of cool if you are doing a single mug style. It just folds right away if you're not using it, and you can simply store your carafe in right there. So overall, as you can see with the water tank, it doesn't completely empty out every time like some coffee makers do, so it's just going to use exactly the amount that you need, depending on the drink that you selected. And as I said before, this replaced the old Ninja coffee bar, which a lot of people still look for. So if you're looking for a very versatile at-home machine, I love it. Like I said, I've been using it for a couple of years. I highly recommend it. So if you'd like to check it out, just click the link in the description below, and thanks a lot for watching.